Okay, the sounds then. There are 6 on the DH100, 46 on the Silphio, and the AE30 at patch level 3.2 comes with 393 scenes split over 12 categories as listed on the battery cover. Each new patch adds some more sounds which are squeezed into the existing 12 categories. In fact, they're stuck with those 12 categories because of this rotary switch at the back. But when you have so many scenes, how do you categorize them? Pop, classical, what about Chinese and Japanese markets? Well, the first 4 categories are definitely pop and rock. We've got synth hard lead, there are 44 scenes here, then synth soft lead, another 41, synth pad strings, just 10 here, that's the smallest category, and fourth, synth brass plus bass, 14 scenes. And apart from drums, you could produce any synthy pop or rock song just using the scenes from those 4 categories. But next we're on to orchestral sounds. The 5th one is woodwind. We've got 61 flutes, saxophones, oboes, bassoons, clarinets. Next, brass wind, 23 trumpets, trombones, French horns and tubas. Strings, orchestral strings, 21 violins, violas, cellos, double basses. And this is all logical and fair enough, but the next category is ethnic. Well, maybe they thought this would just be a few odds and ends, curiosities with novelty value, but it's actually the largest category now with 91 sounds. They're all lumped together in this one category. You've got bowed strings, plucked strings, reeds, flutes, 91 of them. A lot of them are Chinese traditional instruments, so perhaps it's driven by the Chinese market. But for the rest of us, unless you have a working knowledge of Eastern musical instruments, it's going to be a bit of a musical lucky dip. Now the next one, keyboard. There are 19 different organs, pianos, harpsichords and accordions, but don't forget the AE30 is basically a monophonic instrument and keyboards are inherently polyphonic, so even with a harmony feature you're never going to make this thing sound like a proper keyboard. I do like the jazz organ sound though. Next, guitar and bass, 22 acoustic and electric guitar sounds, but not mandolin or even ukulele, they're filed under ethnic. Again, we're playing a monophonic AE30, so the whole strummed chords thing isn't available. Next is Vox plus choir. We've got 20 human-like or human voices. As far as I can tell, only one of them, London Choir, is a supernatural sound, that is, recordings of actual human beings, the rest are synthetic. Percussion. There are 26 different tuned and non-tuned percussion sounds, including whole drum kits. So that's 400 scenes, nearly 400 scenes in 16 categories, and some of the classification is a bit iffy, but of all the sounds I've auditioned so far, I can't think of any that I'd never want to use, unlike quite a few on the Silphio. And yes, unlike the Silphio or the DH100 or even the Espresso, you can edit or create your own scenes using the editor program, which of course means you just have to plug it into a computer. No. The editor program runs on your phone or your tablet and it connects via Bluetooth. Well, call me old-fashioned, but I think I'd have preferred a computer-based editor that connects via USB, like the wonderful TX81Z editor we mentioned earlier. And having had a pick at it, even after watching Alistair Parnell's instructional videos, it still seems horribly clunky and counterintuitive. For what it's worth, all the reviews I've seen say the editor program for the AE30 isn't nearly as good as the one that comes with the ASM Diasynth, but hey, I found that almost impossible to play, so what are you going to do? This isn't something I've got into yet, but according to the manual you can create up to 50 user-defined scenes against each of the 12 settings of the scene category knob, so up to 600 in all. Once I get the hang of this, I'll probably use these to store existing preset scenes that I'm expecting to use together in one place to make them easier to find. Well, thank you for watching to the end. This has been the story so far of my experience with wind synthesizers. I was uncertain whether to make these videos. I mean, who'd be interested in the views of some old septuagenarian who plays in a church band? But after I played my Aerophone AE30 at our new pastor's induction service recently, 3 young visitors from his previous church rushed over and asked me all about it. They introduced themselves, and I apologised in advance that I would instantly forget their names, which of course I have. So for you 3 and for anyone else who's been interested in this, this has been my story so far. I hope it has been interesting and maybe helps you decide whether to buy an AE30 for yourself, or a Prisa, or a Deosynth, or a Sylphia, or even a C Melody saxophone. Full disclosure, as already stated, I'm just an ordinary retired bloke who plays in a local church worship band. I'm not nearly important enough to get any freebies from Roland or any of the other companies mentioned in these videos, though I wouldn't say no if they wanted to send me something. All the kit you've seen I've bought with my own money, and these videos have been my own personal experience and opinions. Oh, and no artificial intelligence was used in the making of these videos. See ya!